So, who did the cocking up then? Here we are in the rib in Pika, and we set off to explore past Bargate and down to see how far we could get to Surlingham Staithe, having discussed this on the forum and looked at various aerial photography shots from Google Earth and Bing, and it was all going so well because it was this wide, and it got a bit narrow in places and so on and so forth, and then it really narrowed, and I thought, no, there's no way we're going to make it down here. So I backed up, and we were backing up, and then loads of white smoke came out, and we've clogged our impeller, which is the jet drive intake, with reeds and lilies and Christ knows what. So Sheila is doing a grand job. I have also, mind you,
No, he hasn't
I
tried it.
have,
No, he hasn't.
but I wasn't as good because I'm back here and I've been in the water cleaning the impeller. So we've got some limp home engine mode for when we get to the actual river. But I also planned this very well, that I've planned it right at the top of high tide. So now the tide is going out at about 3 miles an hour, helping us along. So, you know.
Helping me along.
But it's very beautiful down here, as long as you don't go too far.
Beautiful as long as you're not rowing.
Yeah. We only got one oar, but I did again, I planned. We brought our ground anchor, we've got our oar, we've got our life jackets, our phone, everything's good. We've got a full tank of fuel, which we didn't need because the gauges were not working earlier, and now I have a fuel gauge and a speed gauge but not an RPM gauge and engine hours, so it might change later, it might all work again. But there is Bargate. We originally went out because I've got my tolls, you see, all legal and everything, to go off down the pub, and I thought, well, let's go and explore down here. Yeah, one of my great things in life. I think you have to do them, I suppose, to discover these things. And would you believe it, when we came down here, down to King's Fleet, there was another guy in a rib, well, outboard motored rib, and I just said to Sheila, you know, why couldn't he be here now to help give us a tow? Anyway, that's me cocking up then. So one of the good things about Indy and having the ability to crane out of the water is you can clear it. And look, this was what was in there as well, that despite me getting down there, but what we found is wrapped around the impeller is a carrier bag. So shouldn't really be doing this. You see it in there? Just all wrapped around. There's a white plastic carrier bag. Okay, so the update is we're running all smooth, there's no problems. There was an awful lot of crap that we managed to get out of the scoops. It's not something you're going to be able to do when you're in the water. But then there was also a plastic carrier bag, and that was well in there, you know, been there for a long time, not just this time. But I'm pleased to report that the impeller blade is metal, not rubber. So, you know, there's no real risk of, you know, it burning out. What happens though is obviously that if it isn't pushing enough water to push the boat forward, it's also not pushing enough water for the engine cooling, and then that's what happens. So we have a smooth running rib again, and so we're just going to turn around in a bit, just coming down for a little test. So we can't go to Surlingham Staithe, and but I didn't bugger the rib, so there we go. All's well that ends well.